Hey, I'm Ben, and coming up, the new HMFIC for the hantavirus outbreak, a recap of this week's primary elections, the DNC's autopsy of the 2024 election, and Minnesota bans prediction markets. Plus, Trump's anti-weaponization funds, and maybe he'll go to his son's wedding. All that and more. But first, 17-time Nathan's hot dog eating champion Joey Chestnut will compete on 4th of July while on probation. This after he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor battery. He was able to make his return to the event after the charge got reduced to 1 count of beating his meat. Why'd I lead with that one? It's News Dump. Welcome back. Every day this week, I gave myself an hour a day on the internet just to scroll, see what people are talking about, and then log off and write jokes. This is my weekly show to share what I came up with and get better at writing in front of whoever shows up. And, of course, with zero budget. Alright, here's some of the nonsense I found on the internet. First, last week we learned that Dr. Brian Christine was tapped to lead America's public hantavirus response. Previously, he was an Alabama-based urologist who specialized in penile implants. Now, I've heard of failing upwards, but this guy's failing up and a little to the right. Also, I was today years old when I found out the name of his YouTube show. It's called Erection Connection. And listen, I look at the metrics on all my videos, and I know what's bringing some of y'all to my channel, so I'm worried about you. But this did give me an idea for juicing the algorithm, so starting today, this show will now be called Boner Sandwich. A woman convicted of selling dangerous drugs, firearms, and landmines in southern Arizona was sentenced this week to almost 15 years in prison. Cops also searched her home and reported finding fentanyl, cocaine, methamphetamine, and more firearms. Well, heaven forbid a girlie have her whimsical hobbies. Didn't like that one? How about this? All the pretty girls walk like this. That one was so-so. Okay, one more. Honestly, we're only talking about this because it's a woman with the firepower. For us mediocre white men, that's a Tuesday. At a high school. There we go. That's the one. Moving on. California is studying 140-mile-per-hour bullet buses that would connect LA and San Francisco in 3 hours. Sounds like a pitch from a tech bro mid-ketamine bender. So, they're describing a train enshittified into a bullet bus, which made the initial marketing pitch a little problematic. It's a compact, battery-powered way to get you there. Also great for couples and solo travelers. Clarification for the men watching, since YouTube tells you there's a number of you. Ask your wife about the bullet. She probably has one. Anyway, anything to avoid building a real choo-choo, I guess. Several states in the U.S. held their primary elections this week, and there were several incumbent casualties due to Trump-backed candidates, which has raised the question among the online political class if President Donald Trump's approval rating is in dangerous territory, and it is, at about 37% at the time of taping, how does he manage to keep vanquishing Republican critics and imposing his will on a generally compliant Congress? I think the answer is obvious. They all went down to the Mar-a-Lago compound and at the indoctrination ritual got DJT tattoos on their pelvises. And then they became sex slaves that served the Lord of the Obedient Champions. Then they got that actress from Smallville to recruit more slaves. But then Thomas Massey didn't keep sweet. He got trumped and lost his primary. And then the whole thing came crashing down. Did I get that right? Oh, no, wait. Keep Sweet is from a different cult docuseries. Whatever. You get the idea. Was that one okay? That one felt like more of a riff. Your boy finally watched the Nexium doc this week, so that's how we ended up here. Moving on. Americans were outraged this week when President Trump settled an ongoing lawsuit between him and the IRS. In dropping the lawsuit, he extracted from his own government a promise to create a $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund to dole out to his political allies. When defending the maneuver, he said, "Your taxpayer dollars will be going to the most beautiful cause, paying his tab at the Mar-a-Labia Gentlemen's Club and Spa." He has a punch card. Also this week, Donald Trump was asked by a reporter if he would be attending his son's wedding. He responded by saying it's not a good time and, quote, "He's a person I've known for a long time," referring to his son. Some people may say this is the dementia talking, but I know it's because he only likes one of his kids. You know which one. It's the one he Joey Chestnuts to. Ugh. Over on the other side of the aisle, after much controversy, this week the Democratic National Committee released a draft of the autopsy of what went wrong in the 2024 presidential campaign, highlighting a series of failures and placing blame on former President Biden's political operation. Keep in mind, this is only a draft, but I got my hands on a few snippets from dissatisfied voters. One said, "F the D's and their A's, they're a bunch of p***s." That's harsh. Another voter said, "Democrats, more like Dems are chuds, am I right?" And yet another said, "I'd rather eat a full English breakfast off Donald Trump's fupa than put a woman in charge." Oof, brutal. And not doing a visual of that, okay? Survivor Greece has been put on indefinite pause after a contestant lost part of his leg to the propeller of a tourist boat. Worth mentioning, Survivor Greece is actually filmed in the Dominican Republic. And the tribe has spoken. Uh-oh, he's mofongo. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has signed the nation's first law banning prediction market sites from operating in the state. And in response, the Trump administration has sued, teeing up a legal battle over the crackdown on popular services like Kalshi and Polymarket. I get it. Having a casino in your pocket is not healthy, which is why I was shocked to see the Make-A-Wish Foundation launch an app called Will He Make It? Oh no. Oh, finally, a Fox News clip is going viral featuring someone allegedly named Vice Admiral Robert Harward. I say allegedly because here you can see he appears to be wearing a full mask. Look at the seam where his neck meets the collar. And in the past, Fox News has been caught using the same actors to play ordinary people saying crazy things, so I understand the skepticism. But guys, this one's obviously real. He's got that signature MAGA necklace. And those are my jokes. Got better one-liners than the ones I came up with? Leave them in the comments. Also, like and subscribe. But for now, it's time for me to log off. Cheers. Bye.